How's it going, everyone? Maximilian here, and I wanted to give you guys some quick first impressions of the online functionality and gameplay for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. However, I'm going to be saving a bit of more information and a further, more comprehensive breakdown for a little bit later. More so when the game is officially out, because in some situations with previous games, like the netcode, or certain offerings of the online functionality of fighting games will drastically change between the game with a small amount of audience online and then it actually going, public and retail, and then the servers getting, flooded with a whole bunch of people trying to play the game. In situations like that, things can change rapidly, and all of a sudden the stuff that you're talking about early on just doesn't apply anymore. This was especially apparent for early Street Fighter games and the Marvel vs. Capcom games. So on Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I'm just going to tell you guys what's up initially, and then we're going to have a full online mode breakdown to come pretty soon when the game is actually out. But as far as some first impressions, the netcode seems good, and the biggest difference is that it's not Street Fighter 4's netcode. In some situations, you're going to see things like a frame or two drop every once in a while. This kind of reminds me of stuff you see when you play games that have the netcode of GGPO. You don't have the ability to adjust like the latency settings anywhere as far as the connection. As far as I've been able to tell, I haven't seen it yet. But it has so far performed pretty smooth, but there are some issues with the netcode very early on, and I'm only assuming this stuff is going to be addressed with like a day one or like a week one patch. Because when it performs well, it actually performs really well, and even in some one-bar situations, you can still play a game totally fine. But in others, there's some weird things like the sound will cut out for a lot of animations. You won't hear the characters say anything. You won't see certain moves take place, like when you go into a cross rush, the camera won't actually zoom in. There's some little weird kind of like things that are still going on right now. You're not going to see them happening from these replays, as I was not actively capturing when I was going about these matches. These are all from replay mode, so you get a kind of an idea about the replay functionality. It's very similar to Super Street Fighter 4 or Arcade Edition. The overall system is pretty much a hand-me-down of Street Fighter 4. So you're talking about like the lobby functionality. The party system is new and unique, so you can have like multiple people paired up with you online or off. I've been playing on PlayStation Network. I have not had the chance to try out the Xbox 360 version, but I'm hearing the same issues that kind of apply to that one as well, with the sound cutting out and things like that. So if that's happening early on, that seems like a very kind of like minor thing, and I'm only going to assume that stuff is going to be patched out fairly quickly, and Capcom has been mentioning that there's going to be a day one patch for this game, so don't be too surprised there. But the overall early impressions is that the netcode definitely feels different. It's really hard to say whether it's directly better or not, because, like I said, I don't want to pass any judgment until the game comes out and I can give a fair assessment of comparing to Marvel, comparing to Street Fighter, or other fighting games for that matter too. But when it's good, and like I said, when you have a good connection, it's rock solid. It actually feels very smooth. And I've tested myself with a variety of like 1 to 4 bar connections to see how it goes, and it goes pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoy the matches right here. This is just going to be a run-through of a few online ranked games I've had so far online with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Show you a little bit of the variety of the gameplay. And a quick note, if you guys are planning on directly jumping online and getting right into the habits of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, be prepared, because this game does not play like Street Fighter 4. And if you try to play it like Street Fighter 4, you'll get blown up pretty fast. If anything, playing with the top players had a pretty good analogy. I had the sense that the game felt like an old Rival Schools and Project Justice. And then at the end of the day, everyone was saying that the game reminded them of CVS2 as far as how the overall mechanics and the flow of the gameplay actually pan out through a single match. They're saying it feels a lot like CVS2, and I'm really starting to see that. I'm down for that because CVS2 was one of my favorite Capcom fighting games. I wasn't amazing at it by any means, but I absolutely loved the variety of gameplay. And when you had a game like CVS2 that had like 12 different, or several different grooves that gave you different play styles from each one of the games it represented, you had a lot of variety in the gameplay, and that's what Street Fighter Cross Tekken kind of brings with its gameplay system that has so much more, a lot of variety. So Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to be back pretty soon with a full online mode breakdown so you can get a full understanding of what's going on and we'll have an accurate comparison. But after that, you can expect episodes of the Online Warrior. There's a lot to this game that I'm still interested in teaching you guys outside of what goes on with crossover. So hopefully I'll be able to explore some of that with a variety of characters, going through online ranked games and eventually pairing up with people, 2 versus 2 co-op, scramble mode, all that crazy stuff that Street Fighter Cross Tekken has to offer. But as always, thank you guys very much for watching the video. This has been Maximilian, and I'll see you next time.
What will happen next? No problem. What is? Take them out. Let the madness begin! You're wide open! Don't hold back! Sharpen your senses. Don't blink. How's that? Don't stall them out. Final round! Fight! Okay. Right here. Right here. Right here. Over there. Gotta train more!
Red team wins!